Imagine flying halfway across the world to Los Angeles. You look out the window and see the coastline, the palm trees, the mountains, the endless grid of the city below. This is supposed to be the dream arrival. Hollywood, sunshine, California. But then the plane lands, and the dream turns into a traffic jam. Because before many passengers ever see the beaches, the studios, or the skyline, they meet LAX, a place where cars crawl in circles, buses fight for space, rideshares vanish into confusing pickup zones, families drag suitcases across crowded pavements, and thousands of people, all trying to leave the airport, somehow end up trapped inside it. For decades, LAX has been the front door to Los Angeles. But for millions of travelers, that front door feels broken. And now, the city has a problem it can no longer hide. In 2028, the Olympic Games arrive in Los Angeles. The world will be watching. Athletes, tourists, journalists, and millions of passengers will land in a city that wants to look ready for the future. But first, they have to get through the airport. So Los Angeles is spending billions to do something almost impossible: fix LAX while LAX keeps running. The plan includes new terminals, new roads, a giant rental car center, a connection to metro, and an automated train designed to lift passengers above the traffic that has defined this airport for generations. If it works, LAX could become the modern gateway Los Angeles has always needed. But if it fails, the world may arrive in 2028 and find the same old city waiting at the curb. Can Los Angeles fix its most chaotic airport before the whole world lands? LAX was not built for how people use airports today. When much of its road system was created, rideshare did not exist. Rental car shuttles were not constantly circling the terminals. The airport's central problem is its shape. At the heart of LAX is the terminal loop, a horseshoe-shaped road system that pushes almost everyone into the same confined space. Departing passengers, arriving passengers, hotel shuttles, rental car buses, airport workers, taxis, rideshares, private cars, different journeys, same roads. And once traffic enters that loop, it can become trapped. Because an airport road is not just a road, it is a machine for decision-making. Drivers change lanes late. Families slow down to read signs. Someone misses a terminal. Someone blocks a lane. LAX does not just have a traffic problem, it has a movement problem. And the hardest part is this: LAX cannot simply stop. Flights keep arriving, passengers keep moving, airlines keep operating. So Los Angeles is not just modernizing an airport, it is rebuilding the airport without breaking it. And then the Olympics turned that problem into a countdown. The Olympics changed the stakes. A normal airport upgrade can be delayed quietly. But when a city hosts the Games, infrastructure becomes part of the performance. LAX is no longer just a transport hub. It becomes the first impression of the city, a city ready for the future, able to welcome the world without trapping it in traffic. This is not one project. It is a network. Terminals, roads, rental cars, public transport, and the centerpiece of the plan, an automated train. Because if LAX is going to work in the future, it cannot keep depending on everyone entering the same crowded loop by car. It needs a new spine. And that spine is the people mover. For decades, one of the strangest things about LAX was that one of America's most important airports had no direct rail connection into its terminals. You could fly across the world into Los Angeles, but the airport still pushed you toward cars, buses, shuttles, and rideshares. The automated people mover is supposed to change that. It is an electric train system designed to move passengers above the traffic, connecting terminals with parking, rental cars, and the future metro connection. Instead of forcing every passenger into the same road loop, the train creates a separate layer of movement. A passenger could land, board an automated train, and leave the terminal area without a shuttle bus or slow crawl through traffic. That sounds ordinary, but for LAX, it is revolutionary. It is trying to do what many older airports struggle to do: separate the passenger from the car. But the people mover has not arrived smoothly. Delays and construction problems have turned the train into a test of whether Los Angeles can deliver the infrastructure it promises. And if a short airport train is this hard to finish, what does that say about the bigger transformation still ahead? At most airports, rental cars are a convenience. At LAX, they became part of the congestion machine. For years, rental car companies operated from separate locations around the airport, meaning constant shuttle buses circling between terminals and off-site facilities. Together, they added to the chaos. The new plan consolidates rental cars into one giant facility connected to the people mover. Instead of buses endlessly circling the terminal area, passengers board the automated train directly to the rental car center. No shuttle, no guessing, no waiting at the curb, just one system. But LAX does not just need to connect people to cars, it needs to connect people to Los Angeles itself. Los Angeles is famous for cars, but a global airport cannot survive on cars alone. For decades, LAX sat close to public transport without feeling truly connected to it. Buses and nearby rail existed, but the experience felt like a workaround rather than a gateway. The People Mover links the terminals to the LAX Metro Transit Center, giving passengers a direct path into the region's rail network. This is not just a transport upgrade, it is a psychological one. The moment an airport connects to rail, it becomes part of the city's wider movement system. Passengers no longer have to begin their journey trapped in traffic. Visitors no longer have to treat the airport as an island, surrounded by cars. But LA's identity has always been shaped by highways and personal vehicles. So the rail connection is a test. Can Los Angeles build an airport that feels less like a traffic loop and more like a transport network? This is where the transformation becomes extremely difficult, because LAX cannot simply close. Terminals need to be upgraded while airlines continue operating. Passengers still need gates, baggage systems still need to work, security still needs to function. An airport terminal is not just a building, it is a machine for processing human stress. Every piece has to work, and if one part fails, the passenger feels it immediately. That is why rebuilding LAX is so complicated. The construction site is not beside the passenger experience, it is inside it. Every temporary route, relocated airline, and closed corridor becomes part of the story. And the closer the Olympics gets, the less room there is for mistakes. Every megaproject has a dream version. The renderings are clean, the trains are smooth, the terminals glow, but the real version is slower. Contracts, delays, cost increases, political pressure, public frustration. LAX's transformation is part of a $30 billion program. But its most important pieces have already faced difficult questions. The People Mover, the project most associated with fixing airport access, has become years late compared with its earlier target. When passengers see a train line built but not open, they see a promise waiting to be fulfilled. To fix LAX, Los Angeles has to make passengers endure construction, detours, and disruption. Also, future passengers may one day experience something easier. Can a city known for traffic and delays actually deliver an airport that feels effortless? If this transformation works, a passenger could step off a plane, board an automated train, move above the traffic, reach metro or rental cars, and leave without being trapped in the loop. Terminals could feel brighter. The airport could finally behave less like disconnected fixes and more like one connected system. That is the promise. But the deeper question is whether LAX can ever truly be easy. Because airports are not just buildings, they are pressure points where a city reveals itself. And LAX reveals Los Angeles, a city of cars trying to build a future beyond cars. For decades, LAX has been where the dream of Los Angeles meets the reality of traffic. Now, with billions being spent and the Olympic clock ticking, the city is trying to rewrite that first impression. But there is one more complication. LAX is being rebuilt for a future that may already be changing. Self-driving taxis, autonomous shuttles, robo-taxis. Vehicles that arrive without drivers and wait without anyone inside. If airports are already struggling with rideshare traffic today, what happens when the next generation of vehicles starts arriving at the curb tomorrow? LAX is trying to solve the airport problem of the past, but by the time it is finished, Los Angeles may be facing a completely new one. Can LAX become the airport Los Angeles needs? Or is the city rebuilding itself for a future that is still moving faster than the airport can?